Hi everyone, this is Faye with Relax and Scrap. This is video number 3 for Expo, Stamp and Scrapbook Expo, um, 2019, Duluth, Georgia. So I said I would come back and show you some of the things that we did in class and the Mega Make and Take. So when you first come in, we received this bag right here, which says make something beautiful today, and it was filled with the glue dots, more glue dots, pop-up dots, tape runner, glue stick, this cannon paper. We also received this kit right here, which is Celebrate the Little Things. And it was some projects you could make out of it, some cards, which I cut up the pieces, but I never got around to making the cards. So I'll have that to play with later. We make, well, let me show you. Okay, here's the book. And it goes in order. So our first project was this card right here, which mine is a little off from here, but it's cute. I didn't quite center it right, but this is what I made, my version of this. Our second project was, and that is by, if you are looking for that die, this was Elizabeth Craft Design that they had a whole collection of animals if you wanted to go check her website out. Then we made this. This is by Crazy Creations. Okay, and that is my version of that. Then this was by Craft Fancy. And there go my version of that. I just changed my ribbon up. I didn't wrap that around. I just made a little bow right there. Next, we made a clipboard, which was by Scrap That. And here is my clipboard right here. It says, your life is your story. Write well, edit often. Next was, and they were making these like back to back, so it was hard to keep up. It's cheaper than Therapy. And I purchased this die as well, but this is the dress form. Mine got beat up bad because you have so much stuff that you've brought with you and so much stuff to try to package up till it was no way to keep it in order. So that is my version, my beat up version. Then Creative Creations, they have the, what you call these, diamond dots, which I did not even attempt to do this because I knew I would probably spill those beads everywhere. So I have to do this at a quiet time when I'm at home by myself and I can focus and concentrate. This next project was by Paper Wizard. And this is my version. Right here. Next was Craft Fantastic. And we made 2 projects with them. This is the first one. We made a card. And then the second one was a necklace. And that was my necklace. I hope I'm in frame. Our next project was by Stamplistic, and I started this, but I didn't complete it. It was crystals and stuff that came with it and stickers, which I didn't get to decorate it, but I made it through the card. But y'all, look at the dimension. I don't know if y'all can see the dimension on this card, but it is very, very dimensional. Can y'all see all that dimension? All the different layers. But you had to cut the paper at different lines each time to get all the dimension. So that was that one. The next one was that Celebrate that I showed you, the kit that I showed you. That's what you could make. You could make this card and that card right there. But like I said, I didn't get around to that. Or you could make a layout. So that was our make and take. And then I did a project outside of the make and take, because they have like make and takes going on within the shopping area. And oh, I can't find that paper of the place that I made this at, but it was some kind of scrapbook. Well, that's not gonna help y'all. Trying to see where I put her information. She had magazines. She had a scrapbook magazine. I'm sorry. I should have written it on the back of here, but I didn't. But we made this. We decoupaged it on there. We used the Tim Holtz oxides and which I thought turned out very pretty. This is the napkin, by the way. Those are napkins. Then I went to another booth, and I made a card. And the lady that was making them, she is called Sweet Sentiment. Her name is Jamie Clark. She has a beautiful paper, hunt. That paper is so pretty. It's infused. This paper right here, it's infused with glitter. You can't see it on here, but it is on the front of here. It was infused with glitter, and we used well, maybe you can't see it on. It wasn't the card. It was the little hippo. I don't know if you can see that sparkle, but the paper, when we were coloring, it just took the color well. I even went outside the lines or bled over, and I was able to move the color out of areas without even have to use a blender tool. She teach online classes, coloring classes. I think she says for like $35 you get a stamp sometimes. Sometimes it's physical, sometimes it's digital, and you get other projects that goes along with it. So y'all go check her out. I had a really nice time at her table. Okay, then we took a watercolor class. Remember I told you I had one of those stamps. I'm going to show y'all what they're supposed to look like. And then I'll show you what mine look like. In the kit that they gave us, we got this beautiful cutout of some weed. We got, I think this is Tim Holtz stuff too. Or scissors. Yeah, I think that's Tim Holtz. Seems like I have that. But we got those. You got the envelopes. And these were the bases for the cards. And that's what her watercoloring looked like, which is very pretty. Well, this is what mine turned out. We got everything that you see on here was in the kit. That's my background, and then we could stamp it with those stamps. She had random stamps and quotes that you could use. That was one of mine. This was another one which I moved, so it kind of smeared all over the place, but I went ahead and put it together. And then this is the last one. That was a pretty background stamp that she had that we could use too. And I stamped this and it didn't take all the way, so I re-stamped it in the other direction. So that's what I made in those classes. And for, where is it? Okay, here it is right here. This is what I made in Heartfelt Creations, and everything's gotten smushed, as I would say, smushed. But we made some beautiful cards in there. This flower was kind of popped up, but having to put it in here and pack it up and bring it home, this is kind of what it looks like now. And that was the other card. And that's that butterfly that I was telling you that we had made in class out of vellum. This was a vellum class. That's what it was. It was, and see, that's what those cards look like when the flower is not crushed. And so it should be another card in here. And here it is right here. So that was one Heartfelt Creation class, and it was called Elegant Vellum Floral Card. The next one was a Ruffled Flower class. And you'll see some of the ones are cut because, like I said, that's where your free coupon comes on, where and then we got extra stuff to take home with us and play with it later. So the only card that we made in that ruffled card class was this one right here. And that was using those sweet peonies that I showed you, the stamps and dies that I purchased, which I think is gorgeous. Then this was another class. It was called Delicate Blossoms and Shape Cards. And like I said, you have leftover because you hardly ever get to complete everything. Even if you complete the cards, it's glitter you can put in the center of the flowers. It's frills that you can put in the center of the flowers, which you normally don't get around to putting in there. So this is my first card, and that was that die that I purchased right there. How they have it on the front of the card. Let me see if I can show you how they have that on the front of the card. See how it's on the front of the card? They cut out the card base and made it. I think that's so pretty. Also, we made this one right here. And I had already had this from last year. This, I'm at 14 minutes. Let me hurry up. And this is the last one I made, and that's that tag and ticket card that I made, and the die that I purchased. So y'all, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Please continue to follow me. I said this was my last video, but I have one more. I am going to share with you what I made in Make and Take, or what I was cropping the whole weekend. All right. Thanks for stopping by.